live, kind of not. We're hot.
Welcome to We're Hot, Going Hot.
We're going hot. We're hot now.
Sequel podcast.
Hot action on the TV.
Hot action with the dead body that's necromancy. That is the wrong saw for that pipe. I'm just saying.
Oh man, here we go. We got a guy.
It's a wood saw.
It looks like it's working to me.
It's that was so terrible. That was really bad. Here, hit my giant bong, baby.
It's like a wood.
It's a penis.
It's like a dowel.
It's a wood dowel with a metal fitting. Why is she putting it on his penis? She's having way too much fun with it. And a rubber? She's not going to do it.
No,
is she?
They're going to do it.
Yeah, dude. What kind of fucked up ass movie is this?
It's a horror film.
It looks horrible.
It's a German horror film called Necromantic.
Okay. Well, then at least I got it like halfway there.
Oh.
There's the booty.
And there's the 80s effects.
The 80s sex scene effect.
Anyways.
So we were talking.
Welcome to Sequel Podcast Halloween Cast.
Halloween Cast Part 2. Boobies.
Don't be distracted by the movie.
Fat point out while we're doing the cast here. I'm Cory Easley, by the way.
I'm at Bonta.
So you just got back from the Disneyland.
I did. I got back.
And the Vegas circle.
From a hell vacation.
So was it hell because it was not fun? Or
well, I don't want to say that it wasn't fun. There was fun parts, but it was I was wrangling.
When you travel with a lot of people, it's tough.
I was wrangling from start to finish. So I mean, I started the vacation off with, I took my last day off at work. I was like, hey, can I take tomorrow off? And they're like, sure. Meanwhile, I've been working, almost every day nonstop, 1 day a week off at work. And it's still that way. So, off Wednesday. Should I turn this off?
No, I'm listening. Off Wednesday.
Off Thursday. Oh, yeah. Were you here Wednesday?
Yeah, I was here Wednesday. You were off Thursday. Friday, you guys went to the concert.
Friday, went to the concert, went to Aftershock. Rose got this bandana.
Sweet.
Because we were told to bring, face masks.
To
Aftershock.
Okay.
The music festival.
And why is that?
Well, we soon found out why.
Black Lives Matter?
Wasn't a political statement.
No, okay.
Breathing masks because it's so dusty.
Okay. Is it
and it's so smoky. Everyone's smoking. No, it was like a park.
Oh, okay.
But but the dirt's getting kicked up, even in the grass, and there's people everywhere on this big, large field, and everyone's smoking cigarettes and weed, and it was not a breathable.
Overbearing.
It was very overbearing. So, when I got my shirt, Rose got the bandana and wore it over her face.
Okay. Cool.
And I want to say that I forgot how easy it is to get sick when going to concerts. Yeah. Even an outdoor one.
There's a lot of people packed in one place.
A lot of being an open spot like that, everyone is still fucking sardining themselves in. Yeah. And I forgot.
To get close so that you can see the show
and everyone's sweaty and right up on each other, and everyone's everyone's coughing, because nobody's healthy anymore.
Sure.
And so I forgot how easy it is to get sick. So I want to say that I got a smidgen sick. Just a smidgen sick.
Like head cold kind of thing?
Yeah, like a cold kind of thing. So I'm like, fuck. And we're traveling the next day. And we're traveling the day after that. And then it's Disneyland every day after that.
Right.
So I'm like, And I've already been dealing with my sister's me and Sage being the baby, we're sick, so we'll just drive our own car. And I'm like, no, we got this fucking 12-seater van. We're road tripping this fucking thing. I've got the playlist, I got the games. We're gonna fucking road trip this thing. I told everyone, they're cool, right? So that's handled. All right. She's like, okay, fine. And so from there, It's like, okay, now I'm fucking sick, and I'm trying to, like, I'm like take an aspirin or whatever, and it's like, okay. So Aftershock was cool. It was very cool.
Who all was there?
So the bands that mattered, I've got the picture. So I'll tell you which bands were there, and I'll tell you which ones we saw. So the concert didn't start till 12, and, you know, we were like, fuck it. Let's just dick around in Sacramento before we go.
Okay.
So we're driving down to Sacramento. We're like, let's go to this casino that's in Sacramento. And it had an awesome buffet. So we had an awesome breakfast buffet in Sacramento, and it was cheap too. Like $15. Like, cheap, less than $15.
Yeah.
Like $13.99, and it's a sweet spread. But they don't have any competition.
Right.
There's one casino out in the middle of nowhere in Sacramento,
Right.
and they've got a sweet fucking spread. So we had that. Okay, so so we did that, and we did a bunch of shopping. Hit up a bunch of stores that they don't have in Reno.
Right.
So on the Coors Light stage, the main band that played at the end of the night was Sum 41.
Okay.
And on the other stage, Cola's Discovery stage, the main band is Stained. And they start just before Sum 41, and they're playing together at the same time on two separate stages.
And this is Stained.
It's been a while!
With Aaron Lewis.
Was that the guy?
That's the lead singer's name.
I don't think it's Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Why, is he in something else, or? You say that like I should know the name.
Okay, so Stained was popular like when we were in high
Yeah,
school.
no, it's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I saw you.
It's
been a while.
I'm like 99%, dude.
It is Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
It says Aaron Lewis
Okay.
right here.
So,
Oh, you got an Aaron Lewis story.
it's just like small, right?
Okay.
So, a few months ago, my little sister said, hey, I got tickets to see Aaron Lewis. And for a while, Aaron Lewis has been doing solo shows.
Okay.
So,
But he has to have a backup band, right? See, I don't get that.
After Stained broke up,
Okay, they broke up.
they quit playing. I don't know if they broke up or what the story was.
Just
behind
fucked
it,
off.
But this was back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
They made some music. They made a bunch of money. They kind of quit, and then that was it.
Okay.
But Aaron Lewis still had a following for his singing style,
His voice.
and exactly, and the tunes. So he was doing Aaron Lewis Unplugged. So he would just by himself, literally, alone, with a guitar on the stage, go out
Singing Stain songs?
and singing. Well, he had his own stuff too, but he was singing some of the. I mean, he wrote the songs.
Okay. Right. So
From what I can tell.
Right.
So he wrote the tunes. He goes out. He does all these solo shows, and that was a big deal for a while to see him play just on the guitar because it was a lot about his voice.
Right. He's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah, and he's got a good an interesting range for a guy.
It doesn't sound like that at all, though.
No, he doesn't.
But
So-
it's too distinct for me to mimic his voice.
Right.
It's not like James Hetfield,
Right.
which I can't do.
Then, yeah, we're
It's the same
It's just like Aaron Lewis.
Are they the
It's
same guy?
uncanny.
If you close your eyes, Cory.
It's just almost like there. It's like I expect just Kirk Hammett and to just start playing along. So she tells me I got tickets to see Aaron Lewis, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I like Aaron Lewis.
So she says Aaron Lewis. You immediately
I'm like,
if someone came up to me like you just said with Aaron Lewis, I didn't know what the fuck. Like
yeah,
I
you're
guess
like, who the fuck is that?
right.
So we go to the concert.
Was
we
it
get
GSR
there.
or something?
This was a Silver Legacy,
Okay.
which was pretty cool.
In the
venue.
Legacy or at the?
In the Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah. So when
is
they have it set up
downstairs
right,
in the basement.
yes,
I
when they
saw
have
it.
it set up right, because they can make it bigger. Their auditorium
They're just the
down there,
folding
they
chairs,
have
aren't
the
they?
stage, and they can. Well, there's bleacher seats all the way in the back, and then there's seating down to the front. But
Folding
the stage,
chairs.
The stage is on a track,
Mm-hmm.
so they can push the stage up way close to the bleacher seats. So there's only I don't know. There's the bleachers and then another row with the folding chairs, like one more section in front of the bleachers. I've been there when there's 3 sections and you're way in the back, out on the fucking wings, you can't see any goddamn thing. We saw Cheech and Chong.
Okay.
On stage there. And it was bad because the stage was just fucking pushed way back. And you were so far away, the only thing you could see was the big screen. It was like you might as well fucking stayed home and watch
it on TV, right. Which is kind of what happened in this. So go ahead.
So, we get there. I don't really know the show we're going to see, but I'm like, it's Aaron Lewis is going to be good. Because I like his music.
No, you say that. You like Stained? Or
Sure.
you know his solo stuff?
Both. I mean, I've heard...
Don't bullshit me.
His music is good. Because his solo stuff is a lot like Stained. That's where Stained came from.
It's like we went and saw Stone Sour. Fucking Cory Taylor is the lead singer of Stone Sour. Meanwhile, I just saw Slipknot also at Aftershock.
Did he start the band?
I'm pretty sure he started Stone Sour, but post Slipknot.
See, and that's...
But not like, Slipknot broke up and did Stone Sour.
Direction. We're going that direction right now.
Okay.
So I figure, okay, we're going to go to the show. We're going to see Aaron Lewis. It's going to be a decent show. And I'm not saying it wasn't. But we get there, and I don't know what show we're going to see. He sings that song. He sang that song, yeah. He has a country band.
Oh, shit.
I had no idea.
So you hear like a bluegrass version of fucking... Been a while.
It was kind of an interesting mesh, and I don't know if he always does the cover tunes from Stained with the country band. He did a couple, and everybody kind of lost their shit. Because like, oh snap, right? He's playing Stained tunes, so everybody gets excited. But the mix that he was trying to do, like he was doing like some growly shit, like growly voice.
Which he kind of has.
Which he does kind of have, like, he gets into
the way he looks.
Yeah.
So you tell your story and I'll get into my spiel.
So, it was okay, but I feel like he did it too much.
Okay.
For the mashups, right? Because it was, dude, he had a fucking steel guitar and harmonica on stage. Like, it's like
had
fucking
the
country
harmonica
band.
on, like he was fucking
he had a
Peter
whole
Frampton.
Band. He had a whole band.
Okay.
And he had a harmonica player.
Okay.
That would only come out and like he would like hang out on the side of the stage,
and then he'd pop in
for the harmonica songs. He would come.
That's
out
gonna come
and
up
play.
for another band at this festival.
I was like,
too.
Okay. and I'm not a huge country fan, but I don't dislike it either.
I'm gonna have to look this music up later.
So it's old school, not old school. It's like when we were in elementary, middle school. That style of country music.
Like fucking Achy Breaky?
Kind of, but not poppy though. Like real boo-hooey.
Okay.
Like Garth
Beer
Brooks, Daryl
goggles.
Singletary, like Neil McCoy.
Names I don't know.
I listened to a lot of country back then.
I had a very weird musical thing.
Right.
Growing up. Like I never listened to modern music growing up.
Right.
I listened to like the kiddie music, like the wheels on the bus go round and round. Like I listened to that shit like nonstop. And then when I was in the car with my grandparents, it was the oldies station. Now the oldies station now is playing 80s music.
Yeah.
Oldies station back then was playing like the 50s and the 60s music. So I got a little bit of that and some big band music, and then like it's like Weird Al was what I listened to. Which
is funny because that's a very like pop culture style of music.
It would hit, and you know, and like there are those hit. I would get the hip hop shit. I never got any of the rock shit because like my aunt, who was like younger, like she was a younger aunt, like a teenager into the 20s as I was growing up, right? So like I would get shit like TLC, like the Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, which was Weird Al did. Don't Go Making Phony Calls. Yeah. and the Busta Rhymes, Gangsta's Paradise, cool. And the Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
So like I would hit those, but I never hit any good fucking music, right? So, but like in the 90s in like 6th grade, it was like Hanson with the Mbop. And like the Spice Girls with like Wannabe. I didn't get any good music. No one listened to rock.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was the metal in my life in the 90s?
I know.
In fact, what is 90s metal?
I mean...
Pearl Jam?
No, that's still alternative. That's still considered alternative.
Like fucking
I think
Guns N' Roses, but that's like 80s. You don't think like 90s Guns N' Roses. You think 80s Guns N' Roses. There is no
Right.
90s metal.
No.
I mean, Metallica has a steady career where they're constantly making music.
I think
But what's
evolution-
Metallica 90s?
Exactly. Well, Metallica 90s is the cleaned up Metallica that we know from the beginning.
For me, Metallica's like Enter Sandman.
Right.
And then it jumps
But
way over to Mission Impossible 2 with like the
Like,
song they did on that soundtrack.
But their early stuff was thrash.
Yeah, that was their metal.
That was the real metal. Then they cleaned it up, dumbed it down a little bit for the masses, I think.
Well, with Metallica,
like the
it
Black
has the
Album.
offshoot when they dumped fucking what's his nuts that went and created Megadeth.
I don't know who that is.
He was in Metallica, and either
Okay.
he quit, was like, fuck you guys, or they were like, hey, fucking get off, get the fuck out, and he went and he created Megadeth. And so they consider the big four Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, and...
Pantera.
I don't think it was Pantera, but it was another one.
I guess.
I mean, that's probably close.
But you're right, though. Like, a lot of what we would consider, like, early rock or metal came from the 80s.
Skip 10 years.
Yeah, like it.
And then
it took,
Slipknot comes out in 1999.
It took a long time to evolve into what metal is now, and then the variety of generations of metal that there is. You know,
Metal is almost just rock at this point.
right now, metal is rock, and then the further stuff, like deeper into the genre, there's, you know, untold numbers of types of metal.
Right, the really, really hard fucking metal where you
Like,
can't hear what they're singing.
The kid that I work with, he's into metal, and he listens to a lot of really obscure shit. Like, you watch obscure movies, he's into like weird obscure music that
Super
you've never heard of.
underground, right?
Like, yeah, underground stuff that it's like you have to happen upon it or know somebody that knows it. And really, that's how that genre evolved, though. You know, it's not for the people.
Right.
It's not for everyone.
It's for the people who like to go to those concerts and fucking rock out.
Yeah. You know, I've been to a couple of, like, what I would consider heavy metal shows. Like, rock shows is one thing. Like, anything you can hear on 104.5 is just it's just rock.
It's just rock. And
It's
almost
not that
to
heavy.
the soft, almost.
Because it's built for public
Right,
consumption.
it's for the masses. It's
Right.
for the masses.
So
Which, it's still good.
it doesn't make it bad. No, it's just different.
Right.
That's what it is.
Easily digestible.
Like, Metallica curved into that. They became for the masses. Some shit's a little harder. You know, like, I don't know if we could lump Black Label Society in there.
Sure.
Like, definitely, like, Slayer.
Slayer.
Shit like, that's harder. It's a tough sell on the radio. So you don't hear it on the radio. It's not popular music.
Right.
But I've been to a couple of shows where it was fucking metal. And the
Metalheads
people at
and
the show
shit.
were like fucking crazy. And it's like, dude, this is fucking nutty. Like, I went to Dot Fest, like the second and then last time they did it. Because Drowning Pool was supposed to headline.
Oh, well, he died.
And that year, like 6 months before the end of the tour where they were going to end up in Reno, they were the headliner and he died.
He got
I had
killed.
already bought tickets and I was pissed that he
He's
died.
going back.
Yeah.
Like 20
that was-
years.
Dude, that was 02?
Yeah. We were
or
still in high
3.
school, I think, when
And
he
we
died.
were still in high school, yeah. And I bought tickets for me and my girlfriend at the time, and we were going to go to the show, and it ended up after the lead singer from Drowning Pool died, and they didn't replace him in time for the show, obviously.
Did they
They have replaced him, yeah. I don't know that they're not as big as they were before, because they missed the people in their generation.
It's like fucking these Leonard Skinner concerts. Didn't like the entire band
the
die in a plane
entire band
crash?
is dead. Like
So
well
it's just basically
over
it's a cover band
2/3
now?
Well over 2/3 of the band died in a plane crash, and it's like, but granted, it was a big band though.
Was it?
They had.
I need to look into it.
They had 4 or 5 guitar players,
Okay.
2 drummers, and maybe more than one lead.
I think they had
vocalist.
to, because I saw a commercial, like an ad in the movie theaters for a Fathom event, screening of a concert, like a farewell concert. Right. I could have sworn there was 2 guys up there singing.
Yeah. So they probably had like
Did the singers die in the plane crash?
I don't know.
The singers didn't die.
I don't have that history like on the back of my mind. But
everyone knows a band is just a singer.
I mean, the majority, like, anybody can play a guitar.
It's like Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Alice Cooper. Those are all considered bands.
Right.
But they're named after the singer.
Exactly. And the purpose of the band is the singer plus the music that was written for him.
Right.
Or her.
Right. The only person who I think that could take credit for shit is like Prince. Because Prince did all of his own instruments and sang all of his own music, and then he needed a band to go along with him to tour with. But otherwise, he created all of his own music.
Exactly. And a lot of like bands, the writing for the music, whether it's the parts for the guitar, the drums, the bass, blah blah blah,
is done by that band member.
It's done as a group,
right?
Well, I mean, unless like at a certain level, like professional bands, they can buy music. They're like, hey, I like the lyrics and the tune that you wrote. We're gonna do that.
Absolutely.
Here's your royalty.
Yeah.
And that's a business, but like us making movies, like you write the script, you direct it, we build, act,
everything else around it.
Yeah,
right.
we do the whole thing, and it's a collaborative effort. Whereas, you know, that's how it works in music.
Right.
Everybody kind of throws in, you know, parts. Nobody writes the entire song unless. Like Prince probably wrote a majority of the music.
I'm willing to bet he wrote all of it. You hear like
probably
Kevin Smith at one of his live shows. He talked about it, and I guess his home, every room was wired to record. If he felt like
if
inspiration struck, then he would start coming up with something. If he's in the bathroom, he's sitting on the toilet.
John, he wants to like, belt out some
raspberry beret, as Kevin Smith says. Then he's doing raspberry beret in the bathroom. That's where So like I think Prince is one of the only true like Renaissance musicians.
Sure, and there's not very many of them. Singer songwriters, where it's more about the song and the vocals and then a small guitar part. Like the band behind that is very small.
Right.
But also, those are performers. Those are singer-songwriters.
Well, I did I do a deep dive on Slipknot, and I see articles. So they lost the bassist. He overdosed, right? So when they were looking for a new bassist, the current guy they got, knew him, and he was like, "Dude, I'll do it." And then the guy's like, "Well, you don't play the bass." He's like, "I'll do whatever you want." So people will learn.
I suck your dick, man.
So people learn. Whatever it is. So the guy became a bassist so that he could play
in their band. Yeah. When I was playing music, when I was in a band, I had my band, and then we were kind of partnered up with another band. We were sharing a space to practice, and we became friends with them, and we kind of learned their tunes. They had been together longer, and I can't remember what it was. They lost their bass player, and they wanted to try to change things up, so they wanted the lead singer to stop playing rhythm guitar and just sing. Because so he could concentrate.
Right.
Because he didn't play guitar particularly well.
Some came off of both things while he was doing both things.
So he didn't have enough to concentrate on both things, doing both things. So they were like, if we can pull him off of guitar and just concentrate on vocals, his vocals will be better. He was he was a pretty good singer in my opinion. Like I think he was great.
Sure.
When he wasn't drunk. We all had that problem though. We all drank too much. But we're
making enough music.
We're playing Rockstar.
Sure.
So you're going out and partying and playing music and shit. So I was like, dude, I'll play rhythm guitar for you guys so that Chris can sing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know any of their songs. Like, I knew a couple, but...
Well, you just made it up. I
just jumped in and watched and played what they played. And if you play any music, it's a good start.
Right.
But that's how that worked. And I became the rhythm guitar player. And on the, I believe, one and only CD they have recorded,
It's got your rhythm guitar.
I am the rhythm guitar player on that CD. You know. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And you're right, like band members are replaceable. Everything but the vocalist.
Well, it's like we
even
saw...
Even then, I have heard bands...
with a better lead singer.
Where the singer has been replaced because the original singer died.
Have you...
And the music is either the same, or very similar.
No.
Including the old tunes. They can do the old tunes from the old singer. So... Prime
example, Queen.
Yeah.
They first went out, I don't know first, but to my memory, with Paul Rogers.
Okay.
Who's Paul Rogers? Led Zeppelin? I don't
know.
know. So they played with Paul Rogers, and then they played with Adam Lambert. Still playing with Adam Lambert. Have you heard any non-Freddie Mercury Queen songs?
I'm sure I have.
Like Adam Lambert. So, you know, that's...
Isn't their current singer...
Their current singer is Adam Lambert.
Kid?
No, you're thinking of Journey.
Maybe that's Journey.
I was going to talk about Journey too. Is like
I have seen Journey in concert recently.
Yeah, and we went and saw
him the last 15 years.
Yeah, we went and saw him like 2 years ago or whatever in Vegas, and it's the Filipino kid, and
he's got pipes. It sounds good.
It sounds okay. Like I saw it live.
Sure.
I know the words,
right?
But listening to hear if he's understandable.
Right.
And I mean, that's the problem with seeing live concerts is you're not always going to understand the words. You're going to hear the music more.
Because the music's not, the audio quality overall is not the best.
Well, and it's all at its own levels. It's all like the music tends to be louder than the singer. It just is how it usually is. It's not leveled like CDs are.
Right.
To be like, okay, you
That's
can
what
hear
I mean.
them.
The music levels and the audio quality overall is not 100%.
But he's no fucking Steve Perry.
Nobody is.
And it's like, I mean, it's Journey.
Yeah.
You know, Neil Sean and the other guys, but no Steve Perry. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers. Let's get back to Aaron Rodgers. Are we done with Aaron Rodgers? No, not Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Lewis.
Who's Aaron Rodgers? A football player?
I have no
idea. I think
football player. We're talking about Aaron Lewis.
Okay, so you saw
he has a country band.
And you loved it.
Well, I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I think it was a decent, enjoyable show. Okay,
so all right, let's come back around to the Stain part of this. So we're digging around Sacramento, and then we eventually go to Aftershock, right? So we get to Aftershock, and you know we get the shirt, and Rose gets the bandana, and we're just kind of walking around. None of the major bands have started playing.
So like a lot of openers.
So yeah, so you got like these are the names of the bands. So Santa Cruz, the Pink Slips, Angel Dust, Knocked Loose, the Interrupters, and then Sum 41 tops that stage.
Okay.
All right. The other stage is DED, which I know a song from because Casey was like, "You would like this," but I wasn't there at noon. We didn't get there until about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Motionless in White, Beartooth, Clutch, which they were playing when we got there. They sounded pretty good, so I might look them up. Hailstorm, and then the top of that is Stained. All right, and then on the main stage, the Monster Energy stage, you got Poppy, Philip H. Anselmo, and the Illegals.
Okay.
They sound awesome, right? I Prevail. No? All right, and then we stayed for this whole set of Dropkick Murphys.
Okay.
All right, you know Dropkick Murphys.
I've seen them.
Have you?
Yeah, they're fun.
It's like an 8-piece band. I counted the guys up there. Yeah. And speaking of harmonica, they had one guy that was playing the bagpipes. He would pop out to do the bagpipes. and then he popped out to do like the flute, I think, or something like that. He did another instrument, but he did the bagpipes
or something like that.
And I think it was a flute or something.
Yeah.
And they were awesome. They were really good. Surprisingly, I knew more songs than I thought I knew by them. And they closed that out with Shipping Up to Boston. So that was fun. It was cool to watch them.
It's good party band.
And it was daytime then. The sun was still out, and we were able to actually watch them because after that, we're not really close at all to any of these bands.
Right.
So Aftershock, I'm there for Slipknot because I don't know. Like a couple years ago, Corey Taylor was saying like, "What am I going to be touring when I'm in my 40s? You know, I'm in my 40s now." So I was like, "Oh shit, they're probably done."
Right.
Meanwhile, they've done lots of their own fucking Knot Fests and every other kind of fucking festival and tour that they bought, and come out with a new fucking album. So after Dropkick Murphys is Lamb of God, and I saw them at Ozfest 10 years ago, and I didn't like them then. Like, I maybe appreciate them a little bit more this time around, but I still wasn't into them. So after Dropkick Murphys, we dick around, we go get a little bit of food, just kind of chill.
I saw them at Stoney's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then we made our way over to Stained, right? And like Sum 41 and Stained are kind of playing at the same time. And as we get to Stained, people just start piling in, and Rose is short, so people start getting in front of her and getting around us, and we kind of start getting pushed back a little bit in the crowd. And Stained comes out, and they start playing, and he looks like fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Really?
Yeah. What's Negan in Walking Dead? He looks a lot like, because he's got like the peppered kind of beard, facial hair, and he's got a hat on, and he smokes when he was singing and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't remember Stained. I remember Stained when their music videos were on MTV in high school. I remember them being like, looking like kind of like an emo band.
Right.
So later on, and I look up the music videos, and it's like, I don't remember, like, I know that It's Been a While song, and the other one, Epiphany, but watching the videos, like, these are not what I remember them being like. And it's like, okay, I guess that's the dude, and he smokes right in the front of the video for It's Been a While.
Sure.
And he starts playing the guitar, which kind of looks a lot like, acoustic, like you were saying.
Yep.
Like, he could easily have been doing his own thing.
He plays the acoustic parts in those songs.
So I'm like, okay, I guess that's Stained. He doesn't look like Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the music video.
Yeah.
But he certainly looked like Jeffrey Dean Morgan when he came on stage.
That's his like country persona now.
That's
what he looks like.
But he had a baseball hat on. He didn't have like a cowboy hat.
No, that's what he wears.
So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this crowd. Fuck Stained.
Right.
I never really liked Stained anyways. It's been a while. It's fun to say, but like, I don't do the Stained. So we fucked off over to the Sum 41 stage just as they were starting. And we were way in the back, and there's like a fucking tent in the way of half of the stage. Yeah. And it's like, I thought that dude died. But I guess he just went to the hospital for alcoholism and shit. But they rocked. Yeah. I got into their fucking music a lot. And like, I remember when they came out with fucking Fat Lip. Like, I know I'm not the one you thought you knew back in high school. Mm-hmm. So, like, I thought they were awesome. And I knew more songs from them than I thought I did. So, I downloaded their fucking greatest hits.
Nice.
After that. And they rocked a lot. I really got into the energy of Sum 41. And they had a big fucking devil on stage.
Cool.
So, like, I'm into that. And then we start making our way over to where Slipknot is on the main stage. And by that point, everyone's over there, so we can't get to the main ground. So we decide to just step back and watch it on the screen. Like, I'm there to see Slipknot, and I'm like, and it's been a long day.
Sure.
So it's like, what? I'm here, they're right there, I can hear the music, I can see them on the screen. It's okay. So... And, as Stain's finishing up, they finally play It's Been a While. And he's like, oh, this is one of, I think he said something like, oh, we're going to play a new one for you. Or something like that. Smart, and then they play It's Been a While. So, we get the end of theirs. And I missed Fat Lip over at Sum 41. They didn't play it right up front. They played, like, all the other ones. Some of the newer stuff I never heard. So, we sit on the ground and we watch Slipknot, and they're awesome. They play all of my favorite songs, and they play some of the new ones. So, like, there's nothing about Slipknot that I don't know. Like, I listen to their shit religiously. So it was good to see him, and good to hear him, and Cory Taylor's a very positive guy. He's like, maybe not everyone's into all the bands that are here, but everyone here is fucking metal family, blah, blah, blah.
That's cool.
So... they play all the songs I heard, and they're still playing, and people have been leaving, the past 5 songs. Everyone's constantly on their way out. So we're like, okay, we heard everything that we wanted to hear. So we, get back to the car and shit like that. So that was aftershock, and getting home and then waking up and feeling like maybe a little sore throat, a little stuffy nose, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot how easy it is to get fucking sick at concerts, because I haven't been to a concert like that in a long time. Usually the concerts we go to are the ones where you're sitting and you're watching.
You're not pressed against everybody in the fucking house. And
I'm not going to be able to bitch about any of this. So I'll just bitch about the safe stuff. So we get in, and it's like we're not getting the van until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm able to sleep in a little bit. So that was aftershock.
Okay.
Right? Any questions about that?
No.
Slipknot, Stain. And pissed me off that Stain and Sum 41 were playing at the same time.
That sucks, because those are two
everything else on here is staggered with
Yeah.
gaps, but Sum 41 and Stain,
they should have been playing.
They should have been staggered a little bit more. Like, who the fuck is this band? The Interpreters? Put Sum 41 there.
Right? Switch them out.
Fuck you, Interpreters. You fucked me on Sum 41 and Stain. I chose Sum 41. They were the better band, I think.
Probably would have too.
So the next day, I'm trying to get over being sick. I'm like, I'm not going to allow myself to be sick. I'm mentally like getting over this. I'm taking, NyQuil, whatever. So we go and get the van, and I was worried it's going to be one of those tall vans, like the one we took to San Francisco when we flew to the Philippines, where it's like really tall. And it wasn't. It was like a regular van. It was long. It was a 15-seater, which we rented a 12-seater, but with the extra space, which this would have been if we took the seats out. But it's big. But I got used to it. I got used to driving that thing by the end of the trip. And we needed a lot of room. We filled that thing up with luggage and shit like that.
Yeah, well, that many people.
Well, the thing was like, okay, we can take whatever we want to Vegas. But stuff, the Disneyland, backpacks and duffels, so that they can be easily pliable. So bring whatever you want, but just shit we're leaving in Vegas, shit we're taking with us is going to be in the easier bags. It's pretty painless going from Reno to Vegas. It sucks going from 4 in the afternoon. And not getting in until 1 o'clock, and then having to wake up the next day, and then
what in the fuck?
This is How do you like that prosthetic, Cory? You should make one of those for our movie.
Yeah, I'll make you a big fake penis.
Well, he's killing himself and climaxing at the same time.
Whatever, man. Whatever gets you off, right?
Anyway, so we get to Vegas and we get in late, and we're getting everything off, and it's like, I'm tired. This is pretty much the story every night after that, is just getting in late and then being super tired and having to get up. It would be nice to sleep in every once in a while, especially now that I'm starting to get sick. Then. So we get all of our shit and we get out. And we go to sleep. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, because, there's obviously 911 when I'm fucking calling you the next morning. Right. We get into Vegas, and I'm like, I forgot to grab the tickets.
Jesus.
Tickets that I printed here, right? But I know that I've got the emails for, right? So I'm like, it's okay. We'll print them here at her brother's house. I have the email for half of the tickets. And I must have deleted the other email with 6 tickets on it after I printed them. So this is Saturday. The next day's Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to contact the people because we're getting up and we're leaving the next day, right first thing in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to print these anywhere else. I don't know if I can just have it on my phone. I should be able to.
Right.
But you never know. And I'm like, I couldn't sleep, man. I was up at that point. So after having been up all day, driving and being tired and exhausted at 1 o'clock in the morning, not having those tickets
It's like another layer of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm awake now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
'Cause now you got something serious to fucking worry about.
And on the way there, my sister's like, "Oh, I got a problem with my job, but it's okay. We're still gonna be able to go." I'm like, "What the fuck is this now?" So I guess she needed to get to her job. Like, she had to work Thursday, and we're coming back Thursday. And she was like, "We'll just drive our own car." I'm like, "No, we will leave early Thursday. I will get you home. We rented this fucking van. Okay, we didn't need to rent this van. We're doing this." And she's like, okay, fine. I'm like, "I will do whatever it takes to make this thing fucking work." And there was something every day. So yeah, I wasn't able to find that last email. So I'm like calling you in the morning. I'm like, "Cory, I need you to go." Did you ever make it out here, or you hadn't even left home yet?
I was getting in the car
To come here.
to go to work when you texted me or called me to tell me that
we're good.
you guys were good. Like,
Yeah.
I was leaving the house and I was coming here first. And I was like, I'm going to go here and do this. And you're like, "Oh, we're good to go." So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting donuts.
So yeah, I was able to call the Getaway Today people and
Get straightened out.
they were like, "We'll send you that email." I got the email and I printed out those last tickets on the world's slowest fucking printer.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking her brother's printer is slow.
Yeah?
Like it shoots out and then you don't hear anything. Like it goes and you don't hear anything and then it goes and you don't hear anything and it goes like
Yeah.
What kind of printer does that? Like what is that? What is it even doing in there? But it printed out fine. I got all the tickets and we were on our way out the door to leave to get there at a certain time to go pick up, like at my sister's house to pick them up. And I was able to get a hold of them. So it fucking takes like 10 minutes to print out these fucking tickets that like shouldn't take 10 minutes, but we got them. We got the tickets and we got out the door. And we go and we pick them up and like my brother's car broke down the night before, so my sister had to go pick them up. They're just a block away though. They're just like, so we're there and we're trying to take this picture of the three of us that we took when we were kids and redoing that picture now.
I saw that.
So we did that. And we got everyone on the van. And we got all the kids on the van. And we fucking got on the road. And it was a packed freeway almost all the way there.
Wow.
So from Henderson through Vegas essentially and on to LA, it was
just mad traffic.
Yeah, it was like bumper to
What
bumper.
day of the week is this?
It was Sunday. It was Sunday at 11 o'clock in the a.m.
Weird.
Yeah, like
It'd be that busy all the way.
getting out of Vegas, it was bumper to bumper, and then we would hit a little bit where we can drive, and then once we got closer to LA, it was bumper to bumper all the way to the hotel. Like we wanted to get in early and get to Santa Monica. Like I was hoping to get in there like 3 o'clock, and we'd go to Santa Monica, the boardwalk, and fuck off there for our evening. And we didn't get into LA until like 6 at our hotel at 6, and it's like, oh well, it's gonna be an hour to Santa Monica and then an hour back, so it's gonna be nighttime by the time we get there. So let's not go.
Yeah.
And everyone's got different plans. Everyone wants to do something else. Are we going to Santa Monica? Are we not going to Santa Monica? I wanted to go to the pool. Here, and it's like, okay, you go to the pool then. Me, Sam, and Shane will go get some food and we'll bring it back. And like, I got a bunch of burritos for everyone, and Melody doesn't eat burritos, so like she's throwing a fit. And these aren't even like real burritos. There were California burritos at this Mexican restaurant. I was like, okay, well, I'll get 10 California burritos or whatever. And what it is a burrito with like French fries and nacho cheese and like steak, carne asada.
Weird, but it sounds good.
It was good.
Yeah.
And so like, check this out. So what Rose does is she opens up the burrito to give her the fries, to give Melody the fries. And she eats the fries. And then a little bit later, she like takes pieces of the tortilla off and eats the tortilla. And she's like, oh, I like this part. That's basically everything there was. How can you say you don't like burritos when basically you ate everything separate on that burrito?
Oh, boy.
It was a little frustrating. And Rose was starting to get frustrated with Melody every time. Like she had some problems.
Yeah.
But,
kids are like that, though.
Yeah.
And how old is she now?
6.
Yeah.
So anyways, like the babies were good on the road. Steph
nice.
Steph at one point said Sage like isn't good on trips, but she was fine. Donnie was fine. You know, we didn't really play any games like I thought we would. Like I got Family Feud.
Games,
yeah, I bought Family Feud. Didn't work. By that point, everyone was out of it. What I did buy though for the trip, I got some stuff here. No cheating, Cory. I bought this thing. This 90s time capsule.
Wow.
Because it made it sound like it came with like prizes. Right here, 10 big surprises. So I thought it was going to be like baggies of stuff and we'd be able to hand them out to the people.
Right.
And it'd be different shit. But so this was the 90s time capsule that I bought. Steph had it in the back. And she opened it up and passed everything out. So it had this little note here. But it had like this cool ceramic cup that looks like the paper cup from the 90s.
Or styrofoam cups.
It has this thing, this fanny pack, which Rose ended up using. She put her money and cards in here when we were at Disneyland.
Nice.
It had a snap bracelet that is gone. I didn't see that thing again.
Kids love those.
Might have left it at one of the gas stations. Gas was like $5 a gallon in California.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah.
It was like when we went down there. It was really close.
Really close to $5.
Close
Yeah,
to,
it was like $4.99.
That it was like mid three, like high three. It's like $3.60 to $3.90.
Yeah, no, there was $4.99.
Wow.
Here's a deck of cards for solitaire because everyone played solitaire on your computer.
That was pretty much all there was to do on computers.
There were gel pens in here. Some cards that had little 90s trivia on it. Like an instant messaging notepad. There were some tattoos and stickers in here as well. But it was a fun little thing.
Yeah.
I can throw this away now. We're podcasting about
it. Entertaining though. Interesting.
Probably already know what that shit is. So that was the trip down there, and it was fine. Everyone was talking and doing their thing.
Sure.
Everyone's fighting with my mother every step of the way.
She in the car with you guys?
Yeah, she's in the car with us. So
like to separate her from the rest of the group.
You know, I wish that we could have. There was, if it wasn't me and her, it was Sam and her, or it was Steph and her. But it was mostly Sam and her. Like, everyone, like, she made everyone fucking on edge at times. So we get in and we just eat food and then we go to sleep. Because we're getting up at like 6 the next morning. And, you know, we're already thinking, like, shit's going wrong. Because we get in and, like, in the elevator, it says, so I was mistaken from the start. It's got these 3 time zones for the continental breakfast.
Okay.
Right. The first one, it says like 6 to 7. It says light breakfast, and there's a picture of like coffee, right? And then the next one is like 7 to 8, medium breakfast, and it's like a picture of like a pancake, right? And then 8 to 9, heavy breakfast, and it's got the hash browns and the eggs and everything on there, and we're like, what the fuck is this? We're not going to get a good breakfast at 6 when we need to get up and get ready and go out. We have to wait until 8 when the park's already open. So we're already tight about like that. We're like, oh, fuck this place. It's bullshit. That we only get like coffee and maybe toast or something. So I get up and I'm going and I know it and I'm looking down and I'm like, people are getting different stuff. And so what it is it's traffic. So it's light traffic. So there's less people as it gets earlier in the morning to later, it gets heavier.
Gotcha.
So we're good. We all get up and we all, you know, eat our breakfast and we get on.
Where'd you guys stay?
Embassy Suites.
Okay. That's, is that down by the 7-Eleven on...
Could be. It was on State College, Park, whatever street it was. Yeah. And we thought there was a shuttle.
Okay. Because
the other Embassy Suite, so there's 2 Embassy Suites, and Rose chose the different one than we were at last time.
Right.
And we thought there was a shuttle, but what it was a bus. It was a bus that made a couple different stops before it got to the park. And our first morning there, we were like, I was like, it's going to cost us like $80 for all of us to get on this. Why don't we just take the van? So we take the van. And it's like $25
to park it.
$25 to park it. And from where you park, you take a shuttle to the fucking park.
Oh, Jesus.
How did you get to the park?
We walked.
Okay, so you stayed at a hotel that was close enough to walk to the park.
Yeah, we stayed at I think it was called the Desert Palm.
Yeah, that's the first time I went was there. And we walked. It's just right up the street.
The breakfast is good. It's like 2, maybe 3 blocks.
Right up the street.
Gate.
Yeah, right up to it.
Right there. Like I could leave the park, go back to the room, and go back to the park
if needed.
If I had to, it was like 30 minutes.
Right. If you bought like a lightsaber or something and you needed to ditch
I did that. Because I was like, I'm not going to fucking carry this thing around. I'm not going to be able to do rides, and I'm not going to fucking hand it off. And like, fuck that.
But you had to, did you ever get to go on a ride with your wife?
Yeah, there's a few rides.
Did you have the baby with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the good rides.
No.
You guys were flying solo.
Rides, either you go alone, and then if Junior wanted to get on it, then we could ride it with him.
Right. So you would go him, and then he would go with her. So he could go twice, is what you're saying.
Dude, he was digging it. Like,
and you know what? If I knew how to play it right, I could have gotten a bunch of different parent passes.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it until like the
Rider
last
switch.
ride. I mean, we did it, but I could have played it to where we got 6 instead of 3.
Right.
But I didn't. I fucked up.
Yeah.
We did a lot of scamming when we were down in Disneyland, dude. So we take the car, we just got hop in the van and go down there. We park there. It's $25 to park there. And then you get on a shuttle and you go down to the park. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, and check this out. So it's $25 to park your car there. And then it's $10 an hour. Right? Maximum $65. 4 hours to get from 25 to 65, right? Who has time, or who's going to go down to the fucking park for 4 hours or less? Less than 4 hours even.
Nobody.
And have the time to get on the shuttle back to your car and get out of there. What kind of a joke is that?
It's a scam, dude. It's like, they don't really want
They could at least fake it.
Right?
But, so we just got on the van, got on the shuttle, got down there, and everyone's excited. I get real tight because everyone wanted to take pictures with the mascots, and I'm like, we're here for a limited amount of time. Let's get in line to these rides.
Sure.
You didn't notice it as much at Disneyland, but Universal, there was an explosion for me in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially Universal because Universal was 10 to 6.
Yeah.
But at Disneyland,
the hours suck.
Yeah, at Disneyland was 8 to midnight.
Right.
But right when you get in, they got Goofy, Mickey, Minnie. They're all right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and there's a million people there already.
Yeah.
We need to go. And it sucked at Disneyland because it was super packed. The theory was it was Columbus Day. The theory was that people were still on spring break through to the Monday.
Right.
But it was super packed at Disneyland. We missed out on like the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad coaster. Missed out on Haunted Mansion. At one point, Haunted Mansion was 3 hours. A 3-hour wait for a ride that you just sit in and it goes slow.
Yeah.
Like, Peter Pan's the same way.
Yeah, Peter Pan.
I don't know why Peter Pan is so fucking popular. Because you get into a boat and you fly. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is better than Peter Pan.
Absolutely.
You go to hell on
It's
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
nostalgic for certain people.
So,
like, that's their ride. Like, the wife, we can't go to Disneyland and miss that ride.
Peter Pan?
Doesn't happen.
Well, so we told them to fuck off. We told the kids, Leah and Javier. Yeah, go do what you want to do. Because we're stuck, like, do we get a stroller? You didn't bring a stroller. Oh, online it said that they're outlawing big strollers in the park, so we're not going to bring it. We just got the small one, but we have 2 kids and a 6-year-old, so 3 kids kind of. So we go back and grab a stroller, and, it's a slow fucking start day 1 at Disneyland. But we eventually get going. We go on the smaller rides while they catch up with the stroller, and you know, a lot of phone tag and everything else like that. And my mom's going on all these rides by herself because she can jump into like a single rider thing.
Yep.
Once we get to Small World, she fucking sneaks into the Fast Pass line because someone's not there. So she gets right onto that ride while we're waiting because someone wasn't there to scan the thing.
Right.
And, you know, it sucks because you can get Fast Passes, but that's just a receipt now. When I first went and was getting Fast Passes, you just had it and you would hand it to the person and they would take it. So like Leah and Javier got some Fast Passes from people and they're like, oh, you need the ticket, the actual ticket for us to scan. This is just a receipt.
It's for your actual park ticket.
So when we finally get out of the kiddie ride park, oh, and before we get there, so Melody got the popcorn bucket.
Okay.
The Mickey pumpkin
popcorn bucket.
Right. And then we head over to Matterhorn where we're standing in line for an hour and a half for Matterhorn.
That ride trashes my back, so I don't ride it anymore. Because it's too slammed.
It's very jerky, that ride. But we're waiting in line an hour and a half. They go and get us Space Mountain Fast Passes. Once we get to the front, they shoot in, hop in line with us. We do a lot of line hopping. Yeah. Like, so we're dicking around with the kids, go in line, and then we're like, excuse us, sorry, that's our group, sorry, excuse us. Yeah. A lot of that every single day. It's so fucked up, and it's like a dick move. Like, these people let you walk right through. You can walk right through to the front if you wanted.
Everybody hates it when other people do that, but almost everybody does it.
Has to do it at some point.
You have to do it. Like, there were times where
I didn't see anybody doing it though.
Oh, dude, it happens all the time.
I didn't see anybody. Yeah. It was just us.
It always happens to you, and then sometimes you're the guy that's doing it.
And when we were at Splash Mountain, we were by the concession thing, and we're like, hey, you know, can we get some ice cream over here? You know, we're giving her money and shit like that. You know, and Leah's hopping in and out of the line to go and get my sister like the bags, like. You know, it was an interesting situation with like, oh, you know, can we get a parent swap? Oh, we forgot to get one, and just it was a big kind of like there's a whole lot of shenanigans going on with our line situation. And at one point, Rose had to go to the bathroom, and she just jumped right into the Fast Pass line. Essentially, like there were so many times where it's like, why don't we just go there? No one's looking. Yeah. But we didn't. So, God, Disneyland sucked how fucking busy it was. Like, it was not the experience that I had. And for it to be the first experience for, like, my brother and Stephanie, you know, my sister and their, you know, significant others, like, it was very disappointing. Yeah. Because there was just and it just got worse and worse. And we didn't get to Galaxy's Edge until the end of the day. And I'm like, oh, shit. I told Cory I was going to get him the helmet. Right. So, like, we did Splash Mountain, then we had to book it back over to Space Mountain. And from Space Mountain, we went to Galaxy's Edge.
Was Space Mountain open when you guys went?
Yes.
It was fucking constantly broken when we were there.
It broke down once when we got into our Fast Pass line.
Every time I got up there, like, because I just kept trying to go single rider. And I would check, and it's like, hey, it's this long. And I was like, all right, sweet, I'm going to go single rider real quick and just hit it. And I get over there, get all the way up to the front of the fucking line, and boom, fucking lights come on, and they're right
when we were at the front of the line too. Right when our Fast Pass came on, something happened. I think I had to do something maybe with a handicapped person.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it wasn't the Halloween ride.
It wasn't.
It's Hyperspace Mountain now, so it's Star Wars.
Okay.
And I was like, what? It was
the Halloween one that I saw was cool. It was like
where the ghost is in there. Yeah, but it was just the Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain. So whatever. But yeah, so you know, and there's a lot of like. Things start getting tense.
When you travel with a lot of people.
We're in two separate rooms.
Big group.
Me and Rose are with those two.
And you're trying to do stuff together. It doesn't matter how tight you are.
My fucking brother still has not fully recovered from Dad dying. So he's still fucking on edge with Mom about a lot of things. But I mean, you know, and it's just like, we're constantly like baby changing. Feeding. It's like, okay. And I was patient. I was very patient with that. But it did get frustrating sometimes.
When we went, obviously we had Sam and he's a little guy.
Right.
You know, like, 9 months old. And when we got ready to leave and we got in the car, before we left Reno, we're like, this is going to be a different pace of trip than we're used to. Because usually, same way, dude. Up at 6, fucking scarf breakfast, be there for rope drop. You're in the park.
But it's just the two of you.
Well, it was the 3 of us last time we went. It was me and the wife and Callan, and he was 4.
But just the two adults of you on the same page, opposed to like 20 adults on different pages.
No, last time we went, it was me and the wife and Callan when he was, I think, 4. Yeah, so about 4 years old, and my mom and my stepdad. So it was 4 adults and Callan.
But even then, like.
And it's not nearly as hectic. I'm not comparing. Like, but
your parents were probably like, "Oh, we'll do what you want."
They want to do what we want to do, but it's still like they walk slow.
Dude, my mom was go go go. She wanted to go on fucking everything.
That's cool.
She went on a lot without us.
And they weren't being like detrimental to the trip. They were actually very helpful. Like if me and Ashley wanted to, like ditch Callan and go on a ride, like. We did like California Soarin'.
Yeah. Basically everything, because if he was only like 4, even Melody at 6 couldn't hit everything.
Yeah.
She hit a lot. Like she hit a lot more than she did last time because she was only 3.
Yeah.
But still, like, no. Callan probably wasn't on anything but the fucking teacups.
Yeah, it was very few rides.
Fantasyland.
All of Fantasyland.
And then
we spent a lot of time
Mansion,
like
Pirates of the Caribbean,
walking around Cars Land. That's like his favorite shit back then, and still is. Like he would just spend the whole fucking day there if you want. He doesn't care about the rides.
That was another ride.
He just wants to walk around.
That Radiator Springs ride was fucking packed.
Yeah, dude. Even when I went, it was like the lowest flow of the season, like the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Was that week we had gone, and it was still like peak time was like 45 minutes.
Oh God, I wish that I got some 45 minutes at Disneyland. Like I said, Matterhorn was an hour and a half. After that, like it was Pirates. Like we ate lunch, and that was like that was a line, dude.
Yeah.
And then Pirates was quick. Couldn't do Haunted Mansion. Splash Mountain was decently quick. It was probably 40. No, I think it was 75 minutes.
I went single rider at night by myself. I got a whole log to
Splash
myself
Mountain?
for Splash Mountain.
Oh well, like I was like, it's the end. It's later in the day.
Yeah.
I'm getting in the front. I'm the heaviest here.
Yep.
We're gonna make this thing fucking soak us.
Oh yeah.
I got soaked as fuck. Everyone else behind me, not quite as much, but I got soaked. My phone.
What about
our tickets?
What's the
Grizzly River Run?
Grizzly River Run. That one.
I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there. So yeah, so from Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, we book it over to Star Wars, which I did not like at all.
You didn't like the entire thing.
We got what was it? Oh no, we got into a little incident there. So there's a long line to get in, the regular line. We're like, the single rider, let's all go into the single rider.
Mm-hmm.
Rose has Melody. They wouldn't let her go because she wasn't tall enough. Or she wasn't old enough. She needed to be 7.
She couldn't not be accompanied on the ride.
Right. And the 2 guys were talking to us about it, and Rose is getting hot. She's not happy. She's like, "Oh no, it's fine." Like, no, because they were like, she would have to be on her own. She's gonna get split up. And I know what Rose was going for. Like, and my mom was right there, and they're like, no, she's 7. And Melody's like, no, I'm not. I'm 6, or shit like that.
Yeah.
She can't go along with the lie.
No kids can, dude.
But I know in Rose's head, when she was saying, "Oh no, it's fine if she goes on her own," that she's gonna get to the front and be like, "We're going together." Yeah. At the front. I know that's what she thought she was gonna do. But she gets pissed off and she fucking goes into the regular line, and me and Sam and my mom and Tasia go and through the single rider line, and we get on it, and I get the engineer. I'm the guy in the back. So my problem with the ride is the buttons are over here. The action is going on in front. Mm. So I have to look away to hit these buttons, and I'm missing all the action. Sure. So I didn't like it at all.
Each position on the ride has its own thing.
Well, everyone says be the pilot, be the shooter. I end up being the engineer where I'm having to press the buttons.
The gunner is stupid. That's like the dumbest job on the boat. We just rode it. We rode it on loop. Like one of the days we were there in the park.
Yeah.
Like we just kept getting back on it because Callan fucking loved it.
Right.
And he was fucking great. We'd get up to the front of the line and he'd just start chatting up the fucking person that's handing out the fucking positions. He's like, I want to be the pilot. And it would just wait until he could give him, like, put him with a group where he could give him the pilots.
Was he on his own or he was always with you guys?
He was always with me.
Okay.
We went single rider one time, and I told him, I was like, dude, you might have to ride separate. Like, we're going to go single rider because the line's too long.
Uh-huh.
But if we get up to the front and they split us up, you'll be okay. You just go in. Once you get done, you go walk through the exit, just like we did. You know how to get there. Mommy will be standing right out there at the end. It'll be fine. And we didn't get split up anyway. And he was talking people out of their pilot's credentials. He's like...
Oh, he was swapping cards with them?
Yeah. With people on the ride, and one gal was like, oh, I've already done pilot, you can do it. And he's like, sweet. So, I think the engineer was probably the most, entertaining job, other than pilot.
You think so? But you can't see the screen because you gotta look away.
You don't have to stare at it. You have peripheral vision, man.
No, I didn't like it. But Rose ended up getting to the front. And... what was it? Because Steph and Shane were always the two that hung back with the kids.
Okay. So
they ended up booking it to the front as soon as I think Leah and Javier showed up or something. They ended up booking it to the front somehow. So they booked it to the front. They didn't have to wait and do any kind of thing. So they just got right up there with Rose. And they all got to go together, her and Melody. You know, there wasn't a lot Melody could do. She could do about half of the rides.
Right.
And she was like a hair short for Indiana Jones.
Fuck.
So, and this is the end of the night, and my mom fucking took off. Her phone died. She didn't get took off. She got lost. She got lost in the shuffle at nighttime now, and everyone looks the same. It's like,
yep. There's parades.
We don't know.
Got shit blocked
off.
Yeah.
That was when the Phantasmic show started, and everyone's tired and pissed off.
That's when you want to be riding rides, man. If you're not gonna watch the show. You fucking...
But we lost Mom, and they were getting caught in the shuffle, and all the people are like, you can't stand there, move along.
Yep.
You know, and so we're just kind of waiting for the show to be over with, and waiting for them to come over so that we can use our last Fast Pass for Indiana Jones. And we go on it, and then, you know, we meet them up front, and everyone up front is all hostile. They're all you know, everyone's kind of pissed off at that point. But Mickey comes out, and Donnie gets to take pictures with Mickey, and everything like that. And then we shuffle out of there, and then we get into the van to go home, where we maximum $65, right? I drive out how I think you're supposed to drive out, and I skip the gate, and I don't pay any more money.
So you paid your $25 up front,
and then that was it.
That was it.
So
free for you today, Mister.
Right, and we're like, we'll just take the bus on the next one in case they got pictures of a plate or anything like that.
Yeah,
or they recognize
it's your car.
Yeah, so we just said, fuck it, we'll just take the bus on California Adventure. Oh, and another thing is that Rose was looking for a hat for Melody.
Okay.
When we got off Pirates, we went into that shop.
Mm-hmm.
And she was looking at a hat, and she didn't think the hat was right for Melody. So she set it down, and we walk out of the shop, and Melody fucking grabs the hat, and she's like, no, I can, this is fine. And we're like, fuck it, let's just go. So we got out of there with the fucking hat because Melody grabbed it and wanted it, thinking that we were, was like, no, let's just get it. So we're like, let's just go. So she fucking took that fucking hat. So we got some contraband out of that.
That's great.
I thought it was hilarious but we weren't quite out of the shop. We were standing in the doorway, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, when she comes up with the hat. And it's just like, okay, split second decision. No one's paying attention. Let's just fucking walk out of here with it. Because Rose didn't want to get it for her. Melody, in her ignorance as a child, did the right thing to get away with that hat. So let's just do it. So that was Disneyland. Everything got wet on Splash Mountain. My shoes got soaked.
Oh yeah, I don't fucking get it, man. Like right in the shoe, every time. Same thing on Big Bear Mountain or whatever.
No, that one was fine actually.
For me, dude, I was sitting right.
I never get wet enough on that.
Right by the fucking door, and
it waves in.
Blew fucking right up here, dude. I'm fucking drenched. and like luckily now, you can't smoke in the park anymore.
Right.
So I don't even bring cigarettes to the park. It doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Like I'll smoke at the fucking hotel or like on the walk to the park, and then like when I get back to the hotel after we pack everything down for the night, I'll go down to the car and have a smoke. But like I don't even fucking bring anything like my cell phone. Okay, it's not gonna get that wet.
I stupidly did not give my vest over in time.
So your vest got wet.
Well, my vest that has the tickets and everything else that. So I thought I was going to be okay. I thought like, okay, I'll just kind of keep it high or whatever where the phone is and I'll be fine. I got soaked in that front of that log. Yeah. It was awesome though.
Yeah, it's a fun ride. I like that one I think better than I like Splash Mountain.
I'm talking about Splash Mountain though. Not Grizzly River Run.
I'm sorry, Grizzly River Run. I like that one better, I think. I don't know. It's a different kind of ride though.
All right, so day 2, let's get through this because we're nearing the end here of the podcast, right. So you can get home. So day 2, Universal.
So you guys did one day at Disneyland.
One day at Disneyland, one day at Universal, one day at California Adventure. That's it.
Okay. Short trip.
Yes. So is there anything else over here? One more thing. Oh, yeah. I got everyone ears. I got these ears.
Nice. Which ones? Oh, cool.
The Haunted Mansion light up ones.
Nice.
And everyone else got different ears that I got them. So Universal we go and it's later, but it's an hour drive, so it's not really later.
Doesn't matter. You still.
So it's like, oh, we can go in later because it opens at 10. But it's like, oh no,
we
still have to get up. Yeah, well, I think we woke up maybe 45 minutes later instead. Yeah. So 6:45 instead of 6, and we ate, and then we got in, and then we drove there.
Traffic, man. But all the way down to fucking Hollywood, it's insanity.
Sucks, but we got there and we got one of the front spots. We paid for the front spots, right where you get in, and we got in, and everyone stopped at the front. Everyone wants to take pictures right at the front, and it's like 11 o'clock now because of traffic getting here. So we got here fucking late. It's already opened, and like Rose is like, "Are we getting a stroller? Which stroller are we getting?" And she gets all fucking pissed off because I'm pissed off. Like, why aren't we fucking like? Everyone wants, everyone's fucking, I don't know what everyone's doing. So she gets pissed off and she, takes off and goes with Leah and Javier. No one knows what's going on. Like, no one knows that me and Rose has gotten to a tiff.
And do the shit.
And, like, I'm pissed because, there's constantly something to stop at, right? There's fucking Curious George. Oh, there's Woody Woodpecker. And, like, I catch up with Sam at one point and he stopped to take a picture with something. And, like, he gets pissed off at me because I want to move along. I'm like, well, fuck you, And I fucking take off. And everyone's fucking calling me. And I'm like, why are you calling me now if you were fucking pissed off at me 2 seconds ago? So I'm like, I'm pissed off. But we get our shit together. And we cool down. And we hook up together. And we take a picture with, like, Krusty. And then we get on the tram, which is what I wanted to do first. Get the tram out of the way. And then we were able to move along.
Where does the tram go?
The tram goes around the entire studio lot and looks at everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we did that, and then we got down and
back lot tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then we were able to get down to.
That's kind of a cool thing.
It's great.
The way they've done that now.
It's great, yeah.
They've like made it into a ride. So.
It's a much better ride than it was before, but I do miss the old school, like King Kong. Yeah. Where King Kong's right there next to you. Now it's just a giant screen and a motion theater.
But that's pretty
impressive. It's cool. That
it's impressive
is very cool. It's very cool. But we get down to Jurassic Park and a fucking 180.
Is this updated?
Yes. So it's Jurassic World. Jurassic World.
And now it's the same. Is it still a boat ride?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So it's a 180 from Disneyland. We get right in line, get right onto the ride. They're like, well, this is nothing like how it was yesterday. So we get right onto Jurassic Park, and it's still the same boat. But the first thing when you get in is they've got the screens that look like an aquarium, and they've got the big fish.
Okay.
And it grabs a shark, and it jumps up out of this one over into the next one, and it sprays water down at you.
Okay.
Beyond that, you got like a screen with Chris Pratt saying some shit, but the ride's the same beyond that.
So
just a slight thing. I don't remember there being screens and the water splashing on you. I think it was just you going straight. There's still the animatronics are the same.
Right.
They've got the blue Raptor,
Mm-hmm.
the white and blue one, or blue, whatever. And you just got Chris Pratt yelling at you.
Gotcha.
And we were able to go on that thing twice. Didn't even need the parent pass because the lines
Just
right through.
Nice.
So we did it twice.
That's kind of how it was when we went, because we went to Universal also the time before the last time we went.
And this was Tuesday now. It wasn't Monday, which could have been Columbus Day.
Sure.
And then we went over to, and we did fucking the Mummy ride, and then we went and did Transformers. And everyone loved Transformers. Everyone loved Transformers.
I thought that was a good ride. It was interesting.
So.
And everything in Universal is all motion theater.
Yes.
Like, to a degree, it's all motion theater. Even if it hasn't...
Other than the Mummy ride.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That's
and the one coaster on Harry Potter.
Coaster.
There's a coaster on Harry Potter.
But it's still... It's like elevated motion theater. It's motion theater.
No, there's two rides. One is like an elevated motion theater,
right.
and then the other one's like a 2-second roller coaster, which is fucking
like
bullshit. It was a very fun roller coaster, but it's like 1 second long.
Yeah.
I
rode that one on loop. I rode it about 5 times in a row because somebody wanted.
Well, Melody and my mom kept going on that one.
Oh, they were trying to get those fucking. Did you get the, whatever they call those drinks?
I did.
What the fuck's it called?
The butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
I got the butterbeer.
Quite good actually. It's like a. I don't know.
Butterscotch,
like
kind of
butterscotch
root beer float thing.
Yeah. Pretty tasty though. Not bad.
So from there we shoot up, get over to Harry Potter, and we do the Harry Potter rides. We get into a line for what I think is the main ride. Turns out it's just a magic show to buy a wand.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Did you go in and do it? Did you go watch it?
Yeah, we watched it. So stupid.
It's stupid. It's just a.
And the little baby got scared when it got dark in there too, so
no.
she started kind of crying during the show. It was I was so pissed off. Wasted our time on that.
Yeah.
Got into the real ride.
The one that goes to the castle to do the Quidditch game or whatever.
Yep. And then Melody and my mom did the small coaster a bunch of times.
Yeah.
At one point, they just told them to stay. They didn't even need to get off.
There was no line when we went.
So,
yeah.
From there, we went and did Krusty.
Krusty Burger?
No. The motion theater ride.
Yeah. Where you're in was it like a cab or something?
No, you're on a coaster.
Oh, that's right. It's a roller coaster, and then it's a whole thing. Yeah, I remember.
And then
the whole storyline, but that was a decent ride too. I thought it was interesting.
I wish they blew air. It gets really hot in there.
Yeah.
And I wish they blew air to give you the feeling that you're moving forward. But otherwise, yeah, I'm fine with it. And then we left, and we spent about an hour on the city walk. And then...
Oh, down the shopping area outside?
Yep. And then from there, we just went back.
Did you guys go to Hollywood at all?
No, that was it.
You just went to Universal?
The city walk.
And then back to
the hotel where everyone's tired and everyone's ready to go to sleep and wake up super early the next day, and tensions are running high
already
in their room where my brother, my sister, my mom are. Tensions are high with them. All tensions are high with everybody. And we get up the next morning and my brother they're not ready. Him and his wife or girlfriend, they're not ready. Everyone else is ready and doing things, and we're like, well, we gotta go. So we're getting on the bus and we're leaving, and they didn't leave with us. And they almost didn't have money to get on that bus to go. So, but they didn't miss anything. They got the next bus, and we went on the one ride, and they were there by the time we got off. So,
and this was California Adventure Park that day.
Yeah, we shot straight to Guardians.
Okay.
Where we rode it twice.
It was first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. But that's where everyone was shooting, because that's where they have the lines where you can line up as different spots. A bunch of people were already lined up for it. Got on there, did that one a couple times, and my brother was there by the time we got there. My sister was surprised, she didn't think he was gonna show up.
I think the props in that ride were great.
Yes.
Like, I think that was a good move on that.
I could have stayed there all day. I didn't need to go on anything else.
Just to look at all the shit in there.
And I like the way the ride feels. It makes me feel good.
Oh no!
I'm trying to get you out of here, Cory.
Makes your butthole pucker on that.
So we did the picture where we're all in it.
No, I saw this. You posted a picture of it on you guys
on
are
Facebook.
pretending to be dead?
Sleeping.
Like it was boring?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And they had a bunch of rocket pops there. I don't know how you and Greg both said they had any pops. I saw Star Wars pops everywhere.
They had none. Dude, I am not fucking bullshitting.
I don't know how that wasn't even there. Your helmet.
They only had one color when I was there.
That's the one color, right?
No, they had the red one.
Oh, did you buy it?
No, I wanted this one.
Oh, fuck, dude, because they didn't have the red ones there.
I know, and then I wish that I had bought it. I made a poor choice.
Sure.
So now everybody who goes that I know, I'm going to give them $50
and hope they get you.
Buy me another color.
I saw the other colors up on the shelf.
Those are displays.
Okay.
Those are like the repros, like the real, more like the real ones.
They look like the same thing, so one was like orange, one was green.
Yeah, those ones were just displays. Because they had those when I was there too. But they only had the red ones, and that was the only place they had them, was at that stand.
So that was the beginning of the morning, and then from there we got lost again, taking pictures and me trying to run over and get fast passes for the Cars ride. And then we hit the California Soaring Over the World. Right. We did that one. Rose lost her hat. I had to go back and get it. Then we went to Grizzly River Run, where at the end of the ride, I think it was either the first or the second time we rode it because we had fast passes for it. But I had these on, right? I put them in my vest so they wouldn't get wet. And then it's at the end, and I'm like, and Shane's like, oh, it slowed down. And I was like, yeah, no, we're good. And I take it out and I put it on. And then it's big, huge fucking, the geyser splashes and like soaked me and got water all up in here. Like you can see how it's like kind of dirty in there now. I tried to clean it.
Yep.
And I was like, God damn it. Almost made it out of that thing without getting these wet. And then it, like right when I put them on, fucking splashed right on me. It felt good though, but I wish I didn't have my ears on for that. And then from there we hit, what would be next? Little Mermaid, I think.
Yeah, Little Mermaid's over on that end.
Did Little Mermaid, it's starting to get later, and we get over to the coaster. Toy Story we did last.
Credit Coaster.
Toy Story we did last. We got Fast Pass for that at 9 o'clock early in the day.
Yeah. That's
how late it got. We just hit all the other ones. I did the coaster twice.
That's fun, right?
But then my brother got fucking... He was going to go on the second time. And then my sister fucking pissed him off. And he fucking took off. And like I said, tensions got high.
Wow.
By the end of the trip. And... we finished out the day. We did the fucking Toy Story last, and then there was a lot of disappointment with what the kids could go on and what they couldn't go on, and
it's tough for little kids.
And Melody only being able to go on this one and that one, and not all of them.
Right.
And just there's just a lot, and none of them had any real money, so like we paid for a lot of stuff, and they probably felt bad for like us having to
buy them shit.
Yeah. So it was what it was. We had fun on the rides,
Well, and it was what you were trying to give them the experience.
Right, because it may never happen again.
And that's fair.
So,
you did the best you could.
Right. So, that was that, and then we all got up the next morning dead and drove home at 4 o'clock in the morning so that we can get my sister back to work by 11.
That's a lot of marching, dude.
So yeah, every morning waking up early, me driving all the time.
Staying home or staying out late.
And
getting up early again
right.
And getting it all over.
But we got Stephanie home by like 9 o'clock so that she can get ready to go to work at 11. Brand new job. Right. Couldn't miss that day.
Couldn't take the day off.
It was like an orientation kind of day thing, a training kind of day. And then from there, I got sick. I woke up feeling sick as fuck that last day, that Thursday coming back to Vegas. Got back into Vegas, got everything unpacked, got everything in, and then took some NyQuil and passed out until dinner. Went and watched the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. Ended up watching 2 movies because it was a double feature. I was hoping the new movie was going to be first. It wasn't. It was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So we sat through 2 movies, wasted time doing that.
Sure.
And then Friday was they had the Jonas Brothers concert.
Okay.
Trying to hook up with my family one last time. When they went to the concert, we booked it over to Henderson for like half an hour. Got them the stuff that they forgot with us.
Right.
And then she got lost coming out of the concert.
Oh no.
So didn't get back home until 1 o'clock to get up at
A.M.?
Yeah, to get up at 5, 6 o'clock again the next day.
On Saturday morning?
On Saturday morning to get the car back here by 4.
Wow.
And then I have to go back to work on Sunday, which I was still feeling sick and just tired and fatigued.
Right.
And just called in Sunday.
Sure.
I think I just needed the rest because I don't feel sick at all now. I didn't really feel sick at all yesterday. I think I was just exhausted mentally and physically.
Well, you go that many hours with that much like physical exertion, you're probably not eating enough really to maintain for the output that you're doing. And those are cool.
Yeah, I got this mug too.
Do they light up?
No. I have
I don't remember if that one light up or not.
Oh, it smells like pot.
This is a pickle Rick.
Don't sit on this, Cory.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It should have arms and stuff. I just want to Jesus. Universal.
What's that?
That come from Universal?
No, we got this at Target while we were waiting for her to get out of the concert.
Gotcha. So, did you buy any pops while you were in Disneyland?
I bought the Rocket Raccoon Disneyland exclusive. I got 2 of them.
Okay.
So maybe when the next movie comes out, I can flip it. And when they're not selling it anymore.
Sure.
And then one for me. So I got one boxed up and then one that I took out, put on the shelf. I mean, there's new ones here.
We'll go check them out after the wrap.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's it. Any last questions?
No. So, just to clarify, you said you didn't like Star Wars, your Galaxy's Edge.
I didn't get into it because I felt that where I was as the engineer, what I had to do as part of the role took my attention away
from enjoying the ride. So, Smuggler's Run was the ride.
Yeah.
What about the rest of it? Like the land?
I would like to have seen it during the day. We didn't get there until nighttime.
Okay, so you only have to see it at night.
I did get the blue and green milk.
And which one did you think was better?
I thought they both tasted about equally.
Pretty similar. Yeah.
Unsatisfying.
They weren't that great.
Right.
It was nice. We had them during the day. It was like balls fucking hot when we were. It was still hot, dude.
Yeah. No, it was fucking
like
hot every day.
It was still hot.
It was hot every day. I don't remember being that hot last time we went in October.
Yeah. That's wild. And
I mean, it looked cool. The Star Wars, like I said,
the stuff you could see.
It was basically the last thing that we did. So it was like get in there, get on the ride, so that we can make it back for the Fast Pass and for Indiana Jones. So like I was able to walk around. I didn't get to check out the lightsaber thing. Like I just walked around a little bit, but I didn't get to immerse myself in it. So it might have been cooler if I could have.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was dark out and it was very dim at those areas.
I think it's one of those things that's worth seeing during the day and at night, so you can see the difference because it's lit up. It's accented differently at night. So.
Oh, that's what we did on California Adventure. We, we were over there as it was getting dark, and that's when I texted you, and so we booked it over there, and I loved it. I loved the after.
It was cool, right? It
was like scary.
Yeah. It was fun.
And then from there, we had to book it back
broken
over the Toy Story, yeah.
That was the coolest part. It was like the elevator, like the lights on the elevator and the biometric scan. It was like everything was all...
It freaked Melody out. Melody was freaking
because it
out.
Looked broken?
Well, because it felt scary for her. The mood was scary. And I'm like, ghosts aren't real. There's no such thing as a ghost. It's all fake. I had to talk her into this. And in the morning at Guardians, when we first went on with her, I had to tell her, like, hey, this is all for fun. It's all safe. There's nothing to be afraid of. Some douchebag that's on the ride with us is like, are you scared? I'm scared too. That's not the way I'm going with the way I'm trying to teach her. Like, it's safe.
The only thing that's scary about it is your perception of what it might be like.
Right. And I know how she's going to react. And this guy's fucking counterintuitive. Yeah, she got on it and she loved it.
There you go.
But when the scanner doing the arm thing that she was into, when it broke and didn't broke for the ride, she was like, why isn't it like that? And it kind of unsettled her a little bit
because she didn't know what to expect at that point.
Right. She's like, we need to put our arms up. We need to be scanned, otherwise it's not going to be okay. Yeah. No, she did not have a good attitude about the scaring, but she still liked the ride when we got on it. So that was it. And that's Sequel Productions for this week. I'm Bonta.